Hi everyone at home, and once again, welcome to my kitchen. This is our favorite time of year. It's almost Christmas, and this is a dish that we love to make, and we are taking it old school.
Yes.
So this is called pasta al forno, and it's with ground meat. However, we make them into little tiny meatballs, and we add that to our sauce. We add that to our pasta al forno bake with a little bit of peas, and it is going to be delicious. So, Melissa, you're going to help me out with this.
Tell me what to do.
And this is a dish that you would need to make with your hands. If you have gloves, that's fine. I like to use my hands, so just bear with me.
We're at home.
A pound of veal, a pound of pork. We're going to add chopped up fine parsley. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of Parmigiano. Not very many ingredients at all.
No, it's a very traditional recipe. Very traditional.
Very easy.
Especially when you do your trick with the milk with bread, which she's going to introduce.
Can you just crack 2 eggs for me, please? We're going to season the meat with some pepper, of course, and salt. Now again, don't over salt it because there is some Parmigiano in there, and the meat will get flavored, the little meatballs, within the sauce, which will also have a lot of flavoring.
Want me to pour that in?
Yep, pour it right in. That's going to be messy, so here, let me.
I'll throw it out. I'm your helper.
Okay, so a secret to this as well is some leftover bread that you soak with milk. So I got it right here. I'm just patting it all down. It's very, very soft. So I would say, and we'll just measure this together, there's 1, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons, and 4 tablespoons of bread soaked in milk.
That's actually the secret to making it super soft.
It is, and listen, our grandmother has done it, and as I say before, you know, these are traditional recipes that are tried and true, and I don't feel breadcrumbs work as well. So I think,
you make them dry and hard. In fact,
exactly.
At Kitchen 76, our meatballs are made in this method.
Yes.
It's actually our grandmother's recipe.
Makes it very, very moist.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of exciting things happen these past couple of months. In October, we opened our second winery, Stone Eagle Winery. Again, located in Niagara-on-the-Lake. And the address is 2080 Niagara Stone Road. And Lisa, I mean, it was, 2 years in the making. We're going to be trying our Stone Eagle Red Blend with this dish. And the winery pays homage to that portfolio, the Stone Eagle portfolio, which started at Two Sisters, I would say maybe 5 years ago. And we have a restaurant. We've got tasting room with curated food pairings. So it's a much more elevated experience. And it really takes you through an education on our wines. And of course, there's a ballroom. So anybody looking to celebrate a special occasion, whether it be private or corporate, Stone Eagle is a beautiful place to do it. And it's nestled in the vines. Okay, so I think we should do them. And again, like, you tell me what you think.
Well,
Maybe
usually,
the size?
Yeah, because they'll shrink a little bit in the sauce, but you want it big enough or small enough so that when you're taking a couple of bites of pasta, you have a meatball or 2 in there kind of dispersed within. So we can do it like that.
Exactly. So while my sister makes these meatballs, again, they're this size, we're going to put them in the freezer to chill so they don't break apart when we put them in the sauce. I don't fry them or cook them first. I just put them in the sauce frozen, and they will cook really nicely, not fall apart.
Take off your rings.
I didn't,
You're gonna
but
get meat in
I
your
use
rings.
this hand. I use this hand, but you're going to use both, so you're going to take off your rings. So just do them like this, Melissa. Thank you very much, and we'll get started with our sauce.
Perfect.
So while my sister makes the meatballs, which is going to take her a pretty long time, I'm going to make my sauce. Now I love to use this for sauce, and there's a little bit of olive oil there, and I like to flavor it with chili flakes. So I'm going to put maybe a teaspoon of chili flakes in there, 1 chopped onion, So once the onion turns a bit translucent, I'm gonna add my jar of tomato sauce that, again, my sister made, thank goodness, and distributed to the rest of the family. And it's about 14 ounces, so one jar, maybe 2 large cans if you're at home and buying it from a grocery store, but it's gotta be pureed sauce. So I've got a little bit left over here from a previous recipe. I'm just gonna swoosh it with a little bit of water and add that as well. So the sauce has been cooking for a little bit now, I would say maybe 20 minutes. And I'm gonna be adding frozen peas. I'd love to have a little bit of color, again, in my dishes. And peas is such a great accompaniment in this dish. That little bit of sweetness works really well. So this is about a cup of frozen peas. Torn up basil, seasoned with salt. We're gonna make that cook, I'd say about half an hour. Then we're gonna add our little meatballs, and we'll continue to cook it for another 20 minutes or so.
I finished them all. They're perfect.
Thank you so much, Melissa.
You're welcome.
See, sometimes you need your sister to do all the hard work and the hard stuff.
They're going in the freezer now. As part of our Christmas dishes that we serve at Christmas time, Christmas Eve, we usually do a fish dish. Christmas Day is when usually we have Angela's pasta al forno because it has the meat in it. So traditionally, being Italian, we have always a Christmas Eve, it's all fish. Feast of the Seven Fishes. This is one of the dishes that I make every year. So basically, on one pan, we're having our calamari, shrimp, tomatoes, olives, a whole bunch of ingredients that we just roast in the oven, and we enjoy it with a beautiful salad, nice fresh salad. So I'm going to start off with our calamari. So if you see here, we've got some beautiful calamari, nice and whole, and I cut them into small little pieces here. So I'm just going to finish these ones up. And I don't want to have it too small because it bakes really nicely in the oven. If it's too small, it kind of gets a little too crispy. You still want a little bit of chew to it. So I find this measurement is perfect. And then I'm having my shrimp. So I like to just use, these are about 16 to 20 count. So they're not too big, not too small. And I like to leave the tail on. So I have 350 grams of the squid, 350 grams of the shrimp. I'm getting a great big bowl. And in this bowl, I'm putting all of my shrimp and my squid. I love squid. So in the shrimp and squid, I'm putting in 1 cup of cut up tomato, just cut in half, cherry tomatoes. And I get some nice fresh parsley and fish. It's a match made in heaven. So I'm also adding into my mixture 2/3 of a cup of olives. Now these are nice olives that are in olive oil that you can find at any store, Italian store, even any other grocery store if you really take a look. And I make sure, please make sure that you get the ones that are pitted. So take out the pit. You don't want anybody biting down thinking there's no pit and breaking a tooth. That wouldn't be good on Christmas Eve. So I'm putting that in. Then I'm getting the zest of 1 lemon. So the full zest brings a beautiful, bright, fresh acidity to this dish, especially after you've cooked it and then you squeeze lemon on it. We're gonna be pairing this with our Chardonnay. So beautiful Chardonnay, and again, a little squeeze of lemon really brightens up that Chardonnay when you're enjoying it together with the fish dish. Also with this dish, I'm putting in 1 garlic clove. So now you see my beautiful mixture here. I'm gonna season it with salt and pepper. When you do buy your squid, see if you can buy the one that has not been preserved in salt water, because then it'll be much more saltier. Don't use salt if that's the case, but usually if you go to your local supermarket and you're going to the fish counter, there's usually defrosted squid that they have there. These are about 5 pieces that I've used here, about 350 grams. And usually those don't have that saltiness. They haven't been really preserved in that salt water. So just get it off of the seafood counter. And then I have my freshly cracked pepper. This is probably my most favorite ingredient that I use whenever I'm cooking. Like, I love freshly ground pepper, like love. Okay. So I'm going to take off my rings, and I'm going to mix it all with my hands. Mix it all together. And this is, again, super easy. I'm basically just putting this on a baking sheet and baking it in the oven. I'm adding in my breadcrumbs. So this is 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs. And then, Ange, I forgot to prepare my cheese, my grated cheese.
Oh, I'm coming.
So if you can do that for me, please. So just 1/3 cup of cheese. So I like to use Parmigiano. It's a little bit more mild. I would not use Pecorino. That's like a goat-based cheese. So just a nice Parmigiano.
I have the perfect amount right here.
Oh my goodness.
And cheese with seafood.
Oh yeah. Well, what it does is it creates a really nice crust when it's baked.
Yes. So it's
I love
perfect.
this dish. Perfect. And now what you're gonna do, because your hands are clean and mine are not, is you're gonna drizzle olive oil and then I'm gonna toss it again. Okay, right there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Olive oil with everything.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
good.
Nice.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, toss it one more time. And I need a nice big baking sheet, which seems that we don't have right now. So she's gonna find one. Okay, so my mixture is ready to just put on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. I'm gonna try my best to put it in one layer. If you have a baking sheet bigger than mine, that's great, use it. Because it's always good to have it just in one layer, but if not, it's all good. It'll still cook beautifully, it'll be tasty. Nobody will know the difference. Okay, so I'm just spreading it out like this, as best as I can. The little tentacles. Those are good. Okay, wonderful. Okay, and now I'm just going to drizzle all this with additional olive oil just to get that little bit of crispiness as it bakes. Okay, great. Okay. Then this goes into a 400-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Everybody's oven is different. Just keep an eye on it. You don't want it to burn and you don't want it to overcook where it tastes rubbery. So I'll pop it in and just keep a close eye on it. So now we got our meatballs out of the freezer, our beautiful little mini meatballs. We're gonna put them in Angela's beautiful sauce, let it cook down and just come together and marry together. It's gonna cook on the stove for how long, Ange? About 20 minutes, 25 minutes until the meatballs are fully cooked?
Yep.
Great.
So it's about 450 grams, or you can use 500 grams, that's fine too, but I've got a lot of meatballs in my sauce. So 450 is just right. And it's going to be boiling in salted water for, just look at the package, each one is different, but this one says 11 minutes. However, I'm gonna do it al dente. So I'll probably only cook it for maybe 8 minutes, but I'll test it. It's gotta have that bite because it's gonna be cooking again in here in the oven. For the pasta al forno, we like to use imported pasta. In fact, we use it for all our pasta dishes. A lot of the cheeses that we use in our recipes in the past few episodes have been from quality cheese. And they also have an amazing selection of imported pasta, which is where I found this one. So it's like a ziti, which I like to use, like a tube, and it's cut equally on either end. Or you can use penne, but I like to use any pasta that is short, like this, with ridges, and the sauce kind of seeps through it and bakes really, really well. So I love this, but just always make sure you're using pasta imported straight from Italy. I drained my pasta, put it back into the pot. I don't need any extra liquid because I've got it in my sauce here because the meatballs did release some liquid. So I'm going to layer in the sauce with the little meatballs in my pasta, mix it. I'm going to assemble it here and add some more sauce as we move along, and cheese, and all the components that I need to make this dish come together.
Okay, you know
Wonderful,
what? Let's
yep.
just finish it off.
So again, this is gonna bake at about 400 and maybe about 45 minutes when it gets just a little bit. Yeah, once it gets golden brown.
Oh, that's
And you know what? Okay, great.
olive oil.
Because this will help
Beautiful.
roast it nicely at the top. Okay, great. So Melissa, can you open the oven for me? So this is my dining room, and I love to entertain in my dining room with friends and with family.
So I'm so happy we're doing this because Angela is the queen of entertaining in terms of also setting the mood. Because a lot of times when you're having people over, family, friends, it's about setting the mood, putting out your best dishes, just enjoying those, you know, those beautiful sets that you have stored away. Take them out. So that's what Angela does here. Every year you do such a beautiful table. She takes a lot of care and love into putting everything together.
Thank you. And in my travels, I like to collect things and bring them home as well. So these candle holders, these ones here, I got recently on my honeymoon in Paris. And then these over here, these smaller ones, I don't know if you could see them, they're all different colors from Fortnum and Mason in London. So these beautiful glasses, plates, and cutlery were from my wedding registry from my first wedding.
It's all good. I'm glad she kept them.
And
She
of
has
course
them.
I do, because they're beautiful,
Yeah.
and they were given with love. So I love to use them myself, and they're over 15 years old.
So imagine sitting here having a beautiful dinner, whether it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. It just sets the mood perfectly with beautiful wine. Yeah, that's what holidays are all about. With your family.
Exactly. I can't wait to fill this table up with my wonderful family, my sister and her family this Christmas. These dogs are in the way, but look how beautiful this is. Like, wow. Stone Eagle Winery has opened its doors in Niagara-on-the-Lake. It's located at 2080 Niagara Stone Road. We took out a back vintage, 2017, which is 40% Merlot and 40% Cab Sauv, the rest Cab Franc. Hey, Winnie, I've got my dog on my lap here. And we found that this is a beautiful pairing with the pasta. This particular red label Stone Eagle, as is our other one, our special selection, are blends. So both our reds at Stone Eagle are all blends. And again, it's very representative of the vineyard. It is the best of Adam Pierce's winemaking. I mean, all the wines at Two
Yes.
Sisters, but this in particular because there's a lot of barrel selection. Certain plots of our vineyard are dedicated to Stone Eagle. So I'm gonna pour this.
And just as she's pouring that, our Merlot actually pairs really, really well. The Two Sisters Merlot with this plate as well, this dish. So, you know, the fruitiness of the red fruit in the Merlot, that kind of like those deeper cherry flavors that are from that, that particular varietal really blends well with the sweetness of the peas. So it's a nice balance as well. So again, Merlot, Two Sisters Merlot is beautiful as well. Oh, wonderful.
So this pasta dish cooked for about 45 minutes. And again, it may need more time. It depends. And don't be afraid to maybe put it on boil for a few minutes just to get that top crisped up a little bit more.
Oh, I still get that basil.
And we all fight for the crispy bits at the top.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I used this.
But I gotta start with the wine.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to get your palate wet with the wine that you're pairing the food with, for sure. And the Merlot and Cab Sauv blend is like the wine is very plushy. It's very sophisticated. It's just beautiful and not overpowering. But at the same time, stands against the meatballs in this dish and the sweetness of the peas really well.
These meatballs are so tender.
And I'm gonna burn my mouth, but
What a beautiful pairing. What a beautiful wine. I have to say, this wine is like velvet. It's like velvet.
and the ageability of the wines. Obviously, the 217 is still tasting so fresh, so could use even another, I would say 8 to 10 years. They were meant to age.
Yep.
Wonderful. Perfect Christmas dish. Also a dish that you can have any night of the week. And you don't have to make meatballs. You can even use just ground meat and just mix it all in. So you make your sauce with ground meat and assemble it that way.
One little tip, because we do it in my house. Whenever there's leftover the next day, you pan fry it with some olive oil, a little bit of water. It tastes so much better. Well, I mean, it tastes good now, but when you reheat it, something magical happens to the pasta. So any leftovers of pasta,
And you just
fry
need
it.
those couple of maybe 2 tablespoons of water just to kind of plump up that pasta a little bit more. So Malie, I know that you made some a beautiful fish dish. So, and again, great with Christmas as well, Christmas Eve, or any night of the week, but I'd love to try it. Okay. But cheers to this pasta dish.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, here's my calamari and shrimp bake. Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
And look how the cherry tomatoes caramelized.
Yeah.
You have your olives in there, your green, the parsley kind of brightens it up. And this one here, we're pairing with the Chardonnay, our 2021 Chardonnay.
And of course you would.
The Chardonnay, I find, pairs really well with this because has a richer profile.
Yeah.
It's creamier, and I think the weightiness of the Chardonnay is really, really good with this because it just, you got the breading, you have the brininess of the olives, you have the cherry tomatoes. It just,
And I was just going to
really
say
well.
the olives. Like, this is a very flavorful dish. So the Chardonnay has, like you said, it's got some good complexity to it that will really complement it nicely.
Yeah. And when you add
and
this,
stand up to it.
yes, when you add a squeeze of lemon, it just brightens everything up. It just really does. Brightens
Thank you.
freshens it up, freshens your fish up, and actually does something as well with the Chardonnay. And I always serve it with a beautiful salad, very simple. I love my escarole, so I'm always putting escarole in there. I'm putting in my radicchio, and I love my white balsamic vinaigrette. So I always put white balsamic in this.
And again, you want to wet your mouth with the wine that you're going to be having with the dish, and then have your first bite. Thank you so much.
How
That
beautiful
radicchio
is-
in the wintertime is a must-have in your fridge.
Look,
for
how
sure.
perfect is this for Christmas Eve?
It is, yeah. And again, one pan. So I'm going to start with the shrimp.
And it shows beautifully too. Like, look how beautiful it is. So this took me 23 minutes, not 20, not 25, but 23 minutes. Just right. So it's all cooked. It's not rubbery, so I didn't overcook it.
Very good, Elaine.
Just a squirt of lemon. What it does to the fish.
Well, thank you so much. We look forward to a wonderful year ahead, 2026. Lots happening now at both wineries, and the vineyards are asleep, waiting for their next round of trimming, and preparing itself for the next growth. And we hope that 2026 will be just as good as 2025. And God bless you all.
Yes.
Have a wonderful Christmas with your families, friends, whoever you love, and share food and wine, and come together and have conversation, which is the most important thing.
May 2026 bring everyone health, peace, and love.
Yes.
Cheers, and
everyone.
thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, Lisa. Thank you.